The single most important investment decision that you will ever make. Listen to me. I want you to write this down. Right? I want you to write this down. The single most important investment decision that you will ever make, y'all ready? Is how much of your paycheck you're going to use to work for you. The single most important investment decision that you will ever make is determining how much of your paycheck is going to work for you. Here's why. If you are the common denominator to how you make money, what happens when we take you out of the situation? If you are the common denominator to how you make money, what happens when we take you, the nucleus, out of the situation? So now I want us to think about this, right? So we structure our SOPs so we understand all of these different components so nobody get lost. Here we go. Check this bomb out. Money is leverage. Time is power. Money is leverage. Time is power. Trap, I need you to explain that for me, yo. Because I always thought money was power. All right, cool. Remember, building wealth is a what? Revolutionary act. Right? So we got to overthrow the old system to put in a new system that benefits us. Let's talk about it. Right? The single most complaint that everyone has in the world is what? Man, I ain't got enough time. The single most complaint that we'll hear people in the world say is, man, I ain't got enough time. We don't got enough time to stay on vacation. We don't got enough time to spend with our kids. We don't got enough time to go from point A to point B. We don't got enough time to sleep. We don't got enough time to eat. Yo, I don't got enough time to get from here to there. Yo, I'm trying to speed up because I got to get there in a certain amount of time because I ain't got enough time from there. Man, I overslept. I ain't got enough time. Can you come do this, man? I don't got enough time. Right? So here's the thing. We use the money to put in investments so the investments can buy more of our time. If we have more time, we can make more money, which can put into more investments to buy more time. Money becomes the leverage. Time becomes the power. So we put that in our SOPs as well. Because now we've put ourselves in a situation. Remember what we said. If we take ourselves out of the situation, if we take ourselves, the nucleus, right? We're the common denominator to all the money that we're making. What happens when we take us out of the situation? We no longer make money. So if we no longer make money, if we take ourselves out of the situation, the next thought, intellectual property comes in that we write down. We need to say, yo, we need to find ways to make our money work twice as hard for us as we've worked for it. Are we trapping right now? SOPs, standard operating procedures. You need these. These are the procedures that every person in the family must understand. Why? Because when you pass on, you need to leave something that your family can look at and say, okay, here's the blueprint. Real estate can be in your portfolio as well. It should be. Right? So when we pass on, when we go, like my objective is when I leave here, I want my daughter to say, yo, my daddy got 50 million notebooks. But this one here says SOPs on it. This is the one he wants me to follow. Because if I follow these, it's going to teach me about stocks. It's going to teach me about options. It's going to teach me about business. It's going to teach me about taxes. It's going to teach me how to lend money. It's going to teach me how to put a business plan. It's going to teach me how to get a CCO. It's going to tell me how to put a business together. It's going to tell me how to bank. It's going to tell me how to construct a trust. It's going to tell me how to get life insurance. It's going to tell me how to get health insurance. My father left me a book of SOPs. And in the SOPs, he also told me the mistakes he made. That may be one notebook, two notebooks, but it'll say family SOPs. At this point now, when you're gone, you've given your family something in writing that says, follow these instructions and you can attain wealth. Now you know what to do with all of those assets that I left you. Question: how many of us on here had guidance in writing on how to attain wealth? In most cases, most of us freestyled our way to whatever we had. In most cases. In most cases, we freestyled our way. Most of us freestyled our way. And what I mean by freestyle is we made horrible mistakes because we didn't know no better. We learned as we go. We got stuff put in our name. We probably, I didn't do it, but we probably put stuff in our people name. I didn't do it, but my people put shit in my name. What helped me was I was in prison, so it just faded away. You know what I'm saying? You blow through credit, right? You blow through a whole, and then when you 30, you're like, yo, now I gotta fix my credit. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta do that. You're starting behind the 8 ball. What these SOPs allow us to do is put our kids ahead of the game. How do we turn our last name into the asset? Trial and error. So what happens if at 15, 16, 17, the kids no longer have to go to trial and error? They can go straight into action mode. Idea. SOP. Put this on the list. Every newborn that is made, see, this is in the mission statement. This is in the vision. Every newborn that is is created at the birth, that child has a custodial account created. Everybody in the family has to allocate something to that child's custodial account until the next child is born. You see what we doing here? You see what we doing here? Don't have to be much. Don't have to be much. Everybody has to put $20. Everybody has to come up with $20 a week, right? Everybody has to come up with $20 a week to put in this newborn's custodial account. Everybody has to come up with $5 a week to put into this newborn's custodial account until the next child is born. When the next child is born, now mama and daddy, you can finish that obligation, whatever y'all gonna put in there. But now everybody is now allocating money to the next child. $20. It's not gonna hurt. We are guaranteeing them to be millionaires. SOPs. We just got to be strategic with the game. We just got to make the game winnable. Right? SOPs. We start an LLC. Once every child becomes 14, or once every child becomes 6, we now start using the child as a tax write-off in the business. Has to happen. Write it in the SOPs. Once every child turns 6 in the families, what are we doing? We're adding the child as a tax write-off. We make the game winnable. Boom. Child turns 17, 16. What are we doing? At 16, what are we doing? We're now putting the child on the family's business credit. What does that do? At 18, the child now has an 800 credit score, 700 credit score, SOPs. These are bare minimum things that must happen. This is bare minimum. We ain't getting into none of him 500 strategies and none of that. These are bare minimum things that has to happen. These small steps change the game, make the game so much winnable for us. These are small steps that make the game winnable out the gate. Right? We ain't getting into nothing fancy and nothing, we ain't getting into none of that. We just saying things that just visually that we can do that makes the game winnable. These are the things that make how we turn the last name into an asset. Another thing. So now, another thing we can start doing is start owning digital real estate, because we understand that the world is going into what? A certain way. Every time you have a good idea, what do you want to do with it? Let's create an LLC. Let's buy that. Let's trademark that. Let's make that website. Every time you have a dope idea, website ain't gonna cost you. Let's create that. Let's trademark it. Let's buy an LLC for it. Let's own that real estate. If push comes to shove, if anything, you can now sell that if you wanted to. Intellectual property. Another thing, SOPs, find vacant lots. Why? They can't create no more land. We'll pay the taxes on it. It's cool. It's cool. Listen, every time somebody get taxes, every time somebody in the family get taxes, let's allocate some of this money to create what? A family bank. Trap, why we got to create a family bank? Okay, cool. If somebody we can use this money multiple ways, right? Okay, it's in the family statement. Every time everybody get paid, every time everybody get taxes, we take a portion of everybody's taxes and put it to the side as what? Seed money, as capital. To do what, Trap? We can buy property. We can buy real estate. We can buy whatever. Whatever. This is how we turn our family last name into an asset. This is how we say, okay, you want to go to school? Cool. Go to school. Because we've been investing for that little kid since they were little, now that kid doesn't get out of college and go 70, 80, 90 grand in the hole. Turning the family last name into an asset.